Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. It is Book Saturday. As you can see, I have Coffee Shop University and Personal Injuries. Those will be the two books I'm talking about today. Hope your weekend is going well. We got more snow here in Montana. So when I get done here, I'm going to go out and do some more shoveling today. Oh, joy. At least it's good exercise, right? Drinking out of a book mug. It's Book Saturday. And remember, I share these books to give you an idea of something maybe you want to read, but most importantly, to encourage you to read something. Read for enjoyment, read for education. Just read. Read the newsletter, enjoylifesafely.com. You can sign up for free, get an ebook on helping you stay safe, keep you and your family and loved ones safe, and then get the newsletter. More tips on staying safe, enjoying life, and being exceptional. So make sure you get that newsletter, enjoylifesafely.com. Now let's talk about some books. Coffee Shop University. Not a book that I would probably just go out and buy. This was sent to me by Mario, and Kfoury. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce his last name, so I don't want to screw that up. But he sent me this book, thought it would go good with Coffee with Alain, and thought I might like it. And I did like it. It's different. We look at this subtitle, a book about mythology, spirituality, philosophy, psychology, religion, politics, economics, and the ecology. There was a lot in here. And some of it I found interesting and sort of enjoyed. Some of it, whatever. I like the stuff on the mythology, spirituality, religion, and so forth, looking comparative kind of thing. The chapters where he sort of delved into investment and some of that market watch, I didn't really care for as much. There's a tiny little bit about martial arts in here because he did have some martial art background too, which is one of the reasons I think he reached out to me and sent me the book. So I just found it an interesting read, but different. Because it sort of jumped around, all of these different things in one book. It sort of jumped around. Never got too deep into anything, but, touched on things. And there were definitely some things in there that made me think, yeah, that's a good thought. I like that. Made me think about something else, which is always good. So I did like the book. And, now it's, pass it on to somebody else to read. But I want to thank Mario for sending this to me. It's a book I never probably went out and looked for to purchase, but he sent it to me. I finally got it worked into my reading, and I did enjoy it, and I appreciate him sending it to me. It did make me think about a few things, which is always good. So thank you, Mario. Second book, I just finished Scott Turow's Personal Injuries. I had to read Scott Turow's 1L right before I went to law school. It was a summer reading assignment with some other stuff, because that was one of his first books where he talked about his first year of Harvard Law. He's written a number of novels since. And I have to say, I don't get into Scott Turow as much as like Grisham. I love Grisham, and I've read a ton of his books and really enjoyed them and got into them. Scott Turow, I just don't get into as much. And I just don't find them as engaging. So this book was okay, but definitely didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoy Grisham's legal thrillers, because that's what Scott's are about too. I want to say good morning to Thad. Good morning, Thad. Appreciate you being here. Thad and I read 1L together, and we went to law school together. So we both read Scott Turow's 1L way back when. I don't know if you've read more of Scott's, Thad, but I know you've read Grisham because we've talked about him before, and we both like Grisham. I'm just not as big a fan with Scott Turow, so I thought this was okay. He's a good writer. There's no doubt about it. He's a great writer. It's just they don't connect with me as much. So, that was my take on those. Those are the two books this year. Or this year, the two books this week. Read a lot more than that this year. Coffee Shop University, a good story about a lot of different things because he writes it in a story. It's not written as a how-to book or a factual book. He writes it, first person, having conversations with other people about all of these topics. And I did find it interesting. Scott Turow's, decent book if you like Scott, but I like the others a little, Grisham and Bacaldi and some of those a little bit better than I like Scott. Thad's here, and Thad, said I prefer Grisham too. So Thad does prefer Grisham as well. I know we've talked about Grisham books and swapped Grisham books before. And Dixon's here. Good morning, Dixon. Says great reviews. Thanks, Dixon. Glad you are here this morning. Those are the two books. Check them out if you like. If not, go read something else. Just read. Listen. I'm going to be listening to audiobooks as I shovel because it's tough to take the paper out there and shovel at the same time. So I listen to audiobooks when I'm out there shoveling my big driveway. So just get out, listen to a book, read a book, enjoy a book, learn from a book, and get the newsletter at enjoylifesafely.com. Make it a spectacular Saturday. Stay warm if you're up here in the north like I am, and I will see you tomorrow. We'll be talking about the new Captain America Brave New World movie. Went and saw that last night. We'll talk about that more tomorrow.